at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Guilty pleas in 2 deaths in 2 states, both related to Gaza protests. First, the one in Boulder, Colorado.
Mohammed Solomon pleading guilty to state charges, including murder, telling the court.
I would like to add my voice with the district attorney and impose the maximum penalty.
He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Solomon, an Egyptian national, throwing Molotov cocktails at people demonstrating to raise awareness about Israeli hostages in Gaza last June, killing an 82-year-old woman and injuring at least 12 others and a dog.
I will never forget the immense heat from the flames of the Molotov cocktail on my back.
Corey Gartner, one of several victims to read impact statements. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Now, the guilty plea in Ventura County, California, is to involuntary manslaughter in the death of a Jewish counter-protester during a pro-Palestinian demonstration in 2023. Loai El-Naji hit the victim with a megaphone. Paul Kessler fell and hit his head and later died. But El-Naji only faces up to 1 year in jail at sentencing next month. We'll get the monthly jobs report later this hour, expected to show a big slowdown on hiring in April.
The unemployment rate is anticipated to hold steady at 4.3%. For perspective, that's less than 1 percentage point above the April 2023 reading of 3.4%, which marked the lowest rate in 54 years.
That's Fox's Hillary Barsky. That report could affect the stock market. For now, Dow futures up more than 100 points the day after selling. In the NBA playoffs, the top seeds won again, including the defending champions. Oklahoma City remains unbeaten in the postseason.
The Thunder took a 2-0 lead on the Lakers with their second straight 18-point win, 125-107. The Detroit Pistons won their 5th game in a row Thursday. Beat the Cavaliers in Detroit 107-97.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Carolina also undefeated in the NHL playoffs after a round 1 sweep. The Hurricanes beat the Flyers 4-1 to go up 3-0 in that series. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Friday. It is May 8th, 2026. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV. Also online at Radio Paramia, the free app. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. Jason Catarina should be very popular this morning. We got some rain overnight for some of us in the region. West of us in Monterrey, man, their streets were flooded. Very impressive video online this morning, thanks to the social media post. We'll talk about all that and the chance of rain for today and this weekend. Jason should be joining us in about 3 minutes, so please stick around. Several Texas universities among hundreds nationwide that were affected by a cybersecurity breach on a classroom hub called Canvas. A hacking group reportedly left ransom notes on university Canvas home pages, and some schools were forced to reschedule assignments and exams as a result. Education news, Attorney General Ken Paxton is investigating more than 24 school districts across the state, including the Brownsville and McAllen ISD, to make sure that 10 commandments are hanging in every classroom.
Paxton says his investigation includes requiring 29 school districts to produce documents regarding the display or lack thereof of the 10 Commandments and their policies regarding Senate Bill 10. In a statement, he said he will never stop defending students' religious freedom and the moral foundation of our nation. 15 Texas families have appealed their lawsuit against Senate Bill 10 to the U.S. Supreme Court. Thomas Buser Clancy is their attorney.
Putting up a poster of the specific version of the 10 Commandments carries with it coercive force. The Supreme Court has previously recognized that.
The U.S. Supreme Court has not yet decided whether it will take up the case. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. There is a Texas connection to the hantavirus cruise ship.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control is not saying where in Texas those 2 people live, but it has notified the Texas Department of State Health Services that 2 Texans were on board the MV Hondius. They say those passengers left the ship and returned to the U.S. before the outbreak was identified. They've been contacted by public health workers, and they are not experiencing any symptoms. They also did not have any contact with anyone who was sick while they were on board the ship. They have agreed to monitor themselves for any symptoms and notify public health officials at the first sign of any problems.
Reporter Stephen Pickering. And egg consumption is associated with a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease for older Americans.
That's according to a new study published in the Journal of Nutrition. Researchers at California's Loma Linda University found that eating one egg a day for at least 5 days a week reduces Alzheimer's risk by up to 27%. They say that eggs are known to support brain health. The American Egg Board provided some of the funding for the study. I'm Mark Mayfield.
It's 7:09 on News Talk 710 KURV. It is AccuWeather time, and we want to say good morning to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. Man, you'll never know what you'll find at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply. From hay to feed to chicks as well, like little baby chicks. Oh, little baby chicks. And rabbits as well. That's Martin Farm and Ranch. Say hi to Dougie from us if you stop by. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's the popular one this morning, so let's look at some rain totals in the region. We know that west of us in Monterrey, nasty stuff. I sent Jason video from Monterrey. Some of their streets were rivers yesterday.
5.5 inches almost.
Yeah. So for us, from Stark County, Rio Grande City, McAllen, Brownsville, what did we get overnight? And you said there might be more on the way.
From the Mesonet site, got about 6 100ths in Brownsville. Harlingen got about the same. McAllen got 17 100ths, so they got almost 2 tenths. That's really about it. Like, that's about the highest total out there right now, aside from, well west of us. And out of the lake, their reading must be down right now because they're not reporting, but they're getting some pretty good rain out there at the reservoir.
Yeah, far west of us, you can see that. So the scenario for today would be what, like 50%, 30% chance of rain, more of these showers on and off coming in from
similar to what we had going on. The chances would be more slight during the day and ramp up as we had late in the afternoon into the evening hours, up to like maybe a 40-50% chance this evening for some shower thunderstorm action. Again, best chance going to be along and west of the highway going north out of Edinburgh there up in Ranchland. So
yeah, of course, it always is for the Pharaoh Hogs. They get all the rain. Hey, you're turning off the spigot tomorrow, Sunday. When's the chance of rain go through the floor?
Yeah, it could be a thunderstorm tomorrow as well, but Sunday looks dry for Mom. Quite warm and humid though.
Enjoy the mosquitoes, Mom.
Yeah.
The humidity on Sunday. Yeah, we'll try to keep her inside the AC. We'll keep her in AC comfort, unless of course there's a long line out of Luby's. Some of the moms waiting outside to go to Luby's on Sunday. Let's see here. So the AccuWeather forecast, upper 80s. Is that a result of all the cloud cover? Because it really doesn't feel much cooler this morning. Just cloud cover keeping it in the today.
It should be cloudy, but again, if we get some breaks in the clouds, that could help to fire things up a bit as far as storms and whatnot. So, but yeah, it does look like it's going to be primarily cloudy throughout the day, so that should hold things down a little bit.
Yesterday was fascinating. It looked like a cold winter day, hazy, lots of drizzle. But no, the only thing missing was the cold. It was in the 80s. All right, pal. Call you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV with rain in the forecast today, tomorrow. Go check out the AccuWeather.com site. We link to that at KURV.com and take a look at that Brownsville radar. The time is 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. Economic update, City Hall, and some of the economic happenings and metrics for our city of Pharr. Conversation with our city manager. And that's Dr. Jonathan Flores coming up at about 7:15. So join us for that conversation. In the meantime, a new suggestion on ways to bolster the state's embattled power grid.
ERCOT has been warning about a surge in data centers and what they are doing to the grid. Now there's a push to let the high-tech firms build their own generators, which would operate independently.
It removes large, volatile loads from ERCOT, reducing strain and preserving capacity for existing Texans.
Glenn Lyons heads a group called Advocates for Consumer-Regulated Electricity. He says with this approach, the data centers would not be competing head-to-head with Texas families for the same power supply from the grid. That, he says, would drive up costs.
That's Michael Board. And in other news, today is National Have a Coke Day, celebrating the drink's 140th anniversary.
The drink was invented by Dr. John Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia, and sold for 5 cents a glass back in 1886. Today, that same drink is nearly $3. But Americans love it. We drink nearly 2 Cokes per day per person. The formula has changed over the years. There's no longer cocaine in it, but there is more sugar and sodium. That's the downside. But today, honor the brand. Have a Coke, but maybe just one. I'm Bree Tennis.
That's a lot of sugar. Even one. If and I try to avoid I'll be honest, I like it. I like the Coke Zero. I like the way it tastes and the fizzy stuff when you eat pizza or food or a sandwich. But yeah, the regular, all sugar type, oof, full octane, that's a lot of sugar. Time is 7:14. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Conversation with our city manager from Pharr, Texas. We got some interesting numbers to share with you and some of the economic trends for the area. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. Try the all-new energy refreshers, strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Congratulations to the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. 5-star rated, according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Jorge Sanchez created the bid for the 5-star rating award. He joined us on KURV and explained what it means to our community.
I think it gives us validation, first of all, that we're doing a good work in our community, that we're bringing quality programs like 1 Million Cups, for example, that it's a national program, and the Chamber took it, put their own stamp on it, and now in McAllen, we're leading a national en Español program for 1 Million Cups, for example. So to answer your question, it gives us credibility on our programming, on our leadership, and on our people, our community, because I think at the end of the day, we're showcasing that, yeah, we have great programming, we have great implementation of our programming, but we also have a great community that is taking advantage of these resources that its own chamber is putting out there.
Join the McAllen Chamber at McAllenChamber.com.
We're the Rio Grande Valley's home for Houston Astros baseball. We're News Talk 710 KURV.
Astros facing the Reds, and they just got swept. So, yeah, they're really angry, and they're hosting the Astros tonight. 5:10 broadcast on 710 KURV. Thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Jonathan Flores is our city manager for our city of Pharr. And this conversation taking place here in Pharr as just a few moments before Thursday, we celebrated the National Day of Prayer. Our mayor, Ambrosio Hernandez, gathered everybody and had a wonderful event. So I asked our city manager, Jonathan Flores, to join me. And let's do a status report update on our city of Pharr. Everything from city hall projects to, he's always looking at the economic numbers because after all, we generate revenue from some of the sales and all that. So thanks for having us on the program again, joining us on the program again, Jonathan. Good to see you. Let's start with some of the numbers that our nerds in our audience expect. You know, the sales and construction and permits and all those things. What's rolling around in your head right now for Pharr?
So we're looking bright. It's up 5.5% on our sales tax numbers. So that tells us that people are coming to the city of Pharr. They're doing business here and exploring our local offerings that we have for them. So that's always exciting and positive. You know, we always look at the trends as it pertains to sales tax, our permit numbers. We have some residential growth on the north side, and we're certainly looking to continue to expand on the south side of town as we continue to have more warehousing and things like that come into our city. And you know, our bridge is a huge economic driver for our city, and so we're excited about completing that bridge expansion project later this month. So we're excited about that, and we should go completely live in October, where we will have an actual groundbreaking. So we're excited for that.
Yeah, I had a full conversation with Louis Bazan on this a few days back. Do you recall how much of the expansion is? And are we cutting the ribbon to that at the end of the month, or do we have a soft opening? Or
no, it'll be a soft opening, I think, later this month. And then, in October, we'll probably do the formal ribbon
I
cutting,
see.
something
Yeah.
like that.
You got to call the governor, the president,
Yeah.
maybe get the Mexican president. Like,
Takes
yeah,
a, takes
come
a
to
lot
big
to
party.
all the logistics and all that.
Okay.
But we're excited because again, we see our bridge numbers continue to increase. Currently, 13.6% an
Yeah.
increase in our bridge crossings. So that tells us that people are continuously using the Pharr International Bridge, and it's one of the #1 bridges in the nation. A lot of produce coming through there, and we have a great staff and great team at our international bridge with Luis Bazan and everything that they got going on. And so, working hand in hand with our Economic Development Corporation and with our chamber to provide the best customer service that we can to all of our folks that want to come do business in the city of Pharr.
And being up 14% on crossings mean 14% increase in revenue. That's a revenue source
Absolutely.
that goes to the coffers.
Absolutely. The bridge is a huge.
I'm sorry, do you
economic
share the
driver.
revenue with McAllen, or is it just all
No,
Pharr?
that's all Pharr. Our bridge is our bridge.
Okay. That revenue, do you escrow that specifically for the needs at the bridge, or is it just part of the general pool?
No, there's
for the
a
city?
mix. There's a percentage that goes to the bridge, and then there's some that comes back to general fund for city operations. So, we have a growing community. We have growing needs. From a law enforcement perspective, that's one of the biggest expenditures within a municipal government operation is public safety. And we're happy to report that we saw a 23% reduction in the overall crime rate. So that's a testament to all the hard work that those individuals are doing over there at the police department. Our fire department continues to provide quality service to our community, and our ambulance service just has so much technology and things that we're able to reinvest into our ambulance service, doing whole blood on the ambulance, being able to do sonograms and all of those things, and trauma jail that they have. And then our communications team being able to provide video to 911, to be able to give the community the opportunity to show the first responders what's happening in real time, to give them a better response to whatever situation is going on. So we're investing heavy in technology here in the city of Pharr. As you know, we have our own internet service, teamfarr.net, and through our partnership with PSJA, every student gets a free internet service so that they don't have to go out and go out to local eateries and stuff and use the Wi-Fi. They can have it at very low cost in their home, or for all residents, and then free for PSJ students. So that's huge.
What is the cost, más o menos?
There's different tiers. Our lowest,
depending on what you're using.
Depending on what you're using, but it is fiber, so it's fast no matter what tier you get.
Excellent.
But the lowest is $25.
So we're wired, the whole city, all of it?
We are on our residential. We are more than 70% connected, residentially, and then we're starting to go into our business and our enterprise getting connected.
By when will you be done to have everything, the fiber optic cable and all that stuff?
We're almost there. We're probably, it depends on the business side of things. It depends as they sign up. We'll start working on the infrastructure, and then we have, the new policy that came out that we're going to, new developments that come in. It's going to be required that we put in the fiber and we put in that infrastructure, so we don't have to dig twice or nobody has to come in.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I know there was a lot of pushback and complaints from people that actually provide that service.
Sure.
That's still going to happen. That ordinance is going to stay there?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so new neighborhoods, you got to make sure that they're wired and connected, right?
Correct.
That's the goal.
And I guess there's a whole misconception that, it's taking competitors out of the deal. They have the ability to still connect. People have a choice as to who they can go with, but we're just saying that from an infrastructure standpoint, that infrastructure has to be built in, and it prevents things from happening down the road. Once your roadways are already built, when everything's already established, to have to go in there and rip it up again and dig, and that becomes costly, and it really becomes a burden to the taxpayer. And so we're trying to be proactive and eliminate those burdens.
Yeah. A case in point, AT&T, north of McAllen. Boy, they ripped the shreds, all the streets around there.
Yeah.
Well, they were eventually they got done, but yeah, better to do it as you build the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Okay,
once it's built, and that was the vision of our elected officials, and and we got it done. And again, we have a legal team as well, so we made sure we were on all the legal parameters. So,
our city manager for the city of Pharr, Dr. Jonathan Flores, joining us. You mentioned teamfarr.net.
Yes.
That is the service, or that's the website for
Team Pharr. Our teamfarr.net is our internet service. It's Pharr Connect. So.
And you'll be ready by the end of the year with everything else,
should.
all the while.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Population estimate for the city of Pharr, más o menos.
We're at about 80,000 population, unofficially, and then our daytime population probably goes well north of 100,000 once everybody comes over and visits our main event, our Top Golf, and all the amenities that we have to offer here in the city.
Yeah, it is a destination point. Pharr became a destination point with all the retrofit of the old mall and, of course, all the stores and the movie theater and things like that. Might there be more coming to solidify that reputation in Pharr as a destination point? Or is there a different niche that you're trying to serve in Pharr?
You know, I think that if you look at Pharr, one of the greatest things about the city is that we have all the amenities of a bigger city, but we still continue to maintain that small town charm. And I think that's one of the things that's beautiful about our city. If you look at all the economic development that's happening on the south side of town with our warehousing, you know, there's an opportunity for more residential out there so that we can have individuals who are going to be working at these warehouses to be able to have a place where they can, you know, call home and really embrace the city of Pharr in that way. From a business standpoint, we're always looking at different things, different eateries, different entertainment opportunities that we can bring to the city of Pharr. You know, different retail stores like maybe a Walmart, you know, a Target, things like that we're looking to. But I think when you look at, you know, from a public safety perspective, from an innovation perspective, with all the things we're doing with the ambulance, with our public safety, having the reduction in crime, and then when you're looking at our internet service and all the things our elected officials have been able to do over the last 12 years, it really lends itself to be inviting to not only residents to come and live in the city of Pharr, because there's plenty to do, and it's a safe city, but also for investors to come and want to invest in the city of Pharr because of all these things that I mentioned.
Speaking of neighborhoods and living, like, where are we expanding to? The neighborhoods that are popping up? Or
you know, so
south,
right now we're seeing a lot of development on the north side of town, specifically around, you know, the Minnesota Road area. There's a lot of new developments, a lot of new residential out there. You know, there's a few in Central Pharr. What we're seeing is a lot of these dilapidated structures that have been existing, you know, older homes. We're seeing investors come in and tear those homes down and flip them and then resell them. And so we're seeing some of that in our central portion of town. And then on the south side, there certainly is opportunity for development there, and we see some, and we expect to continue to see more.
Do you see, as a city manager for Pharr, do you see that increase of the demand, prospectors, builders, because the economy, and look, we're all shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
McAllen, Pharr, Edinburgh, high-tech McAllen, Valley Oil, you got, what's the name of that place in Edinburgh? Jump from McAllen over to, you know, the high-tech place as well. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but we're all shoulder to shoulder.
Sure.
And there's so much demand with industry expanding so quickly. Pharr's, I mean, Brownsville's not that far away. We have a relationship between the Pharr Bridge and the Brownsville Port.
Yeah.
The economy in general is just growing. So requests for new permits, requests for construction. I mean, I would imagine now, much more than ever before, you're seeing that demand. Those
we are seeing an increase in all those things. And again, one of the other things is we're very customer service focused. And so we're looking at our processes and looking at things that we can put in place via platforms, technology, to help expedite those processes so that we can make it easier for the developers coming in. And we have a great development services team that does that. And we have an Office of Strategic Excellence that looks at the data. And we're a Malcolm Baldrige organization. We call it the Pharr Way, where we are striving for organizational excellence. And we're on that Baldrige journey. And all of our data supports that our organization is high functioning and performing as good, if not better in some cases, than some of the former Baldrige winners, which is a presidential award. And so that tells us that we have a strong workforce. It tells us that we are innovative and we have great initiatives in place to serve our key customers, and that is our community.
You're going to have to give me just a little bit of background on that one.
Sure.
Because that's very much city hall and city manager and, you know,
Yes.
municipal. Explain to that real quick. Just give me the 1 minute speech on that one.
So on the Baldrige journey, we look at our organization holistically, customer service focused. We want to be able to serve our community with the most efficiency and effectiveness as possible. So we're very data driven, and we have a whole team called the Office of Strategic Excellence that looks at the data, that does customer service surveys. So when we have events for the community, it's not just events that we have, and they're all free, but we also use that as an opportunity for our team to go out and communicate with our community and talk to them about how they want to be governed, receive data from them, that we come back and we look at as an administrative team and say, okay, this is what the trends are, this is what the data is telling us, this is what our community wants. We take that back to our elected officials who are the policymakers, and they're able to make key decisions for the city of Pharr that are going to have an impact for years to come based on the data that we're collecting from our community who we want to serve. So that's how
that
we
was
operate.
the accolade that you picked up when you went to California, or was that specifically
No,
for
that
you
was-
as, what was it, like sexiest city manager?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some city managers around the city that would argue with that. But no, so the California, that was a personal leadership award. But
Okay.
again, I think that's a testament to our whole workforce and everybody working together. But this is just how we operate as an organization, how the elected officials, they demand organizational excellence from us as an administrative team. So we have our marching orders as we serve our community. And so that's what I'm speaking about.
Our city manager for Pharr, Jonathan Flores, my guest, the mental health hospital, GHR facility,
Yes.
will be open next year? or
No,
end
it'll
of
be
year?
open at the end of this
End of
year. End of this year, and that's something that is huge for our community because individuals that formerly had to go to El Paso or to different places around the state, now they can be here and they're going to have somewhere here locally and it's a regional impact. It's not just for the city of Pharr, it's for the whole RGV that they're going to be able to utilize this facility, and that's huge.
I'll put in a request right now for something else on the retail side. Since Pharr, Texas is home to Papados, I need a new ordinance that will prohibit them from taking bread pudding off the menu. If you could do that for me, that'd be awesome.
We can definitely work on that.
Hey, listen, give me a mention real quick on a very interesting ESL program that you had for
Yes.
employees.
Yes.
Folks on the front lines working at City Hall, from maintenance, whatever. ESL, great idea. That's awesome. You just finished your first class, I guess.
Yes, we did. So it was a program that we had for our individuals within our workforce that need help with the English language, right? And so we got with our human resource team, and they were able to put forth this ESL program. Lasted several months, and all of we had over 20 participants in the first class that had the courage to because learning a new language is very difficult, and so they had the courage to go out there and do it. And it's been wonderful to see, employees that used to walk by to talk to you in Spanish are now like, good morning, how you doing, sir?
Yeah.
And
No
they're-
more buenos dias. No buenos dias. Good morning.
Yeah. And we just love it. We had the graduation with them the other day, and we really needed to see that. It was so impactful, and it was just great to see some of them in tears as to how much it impacted their life. And so those are the type of programs that really make a difference and really make an impact. And we want to make an impact not just in our community, but for our workforce who work so hard for our community as well.
There is so much conversation in the community with adult high schools and upskilling folks who are on the clock to get new skills. And this is step number one for them to get those higher skills, industry skills, better
Absolutely.
jobs. It's step number one is the ESL, learn the English language.
It's
Beautiful.
a lot of opportunity, and there's basic, intermediate, advanced. So if you're at a different level, there's opportunity for everybody.
Terrific. Terrific. Tell them to listen to KURV all the time.
And we'll do.
And watch Channel 5 News. That's it. No more Telemundo, no more Univision. You got to watch English television. Go listen to a podcast as well. Yeah. Thanks, John. Appreciate you.
No, absolutely.
Making time for us.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes, sir. Our city manager for the city of Pharr, Dr. Jonathan Flores. Another thing, listen to Astros baseball, right? 710 KURV. We got the Astros tonight, 5:10 against the Reds. Weeknights, weekends. It's Astros baseball on 710 KURV. Thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Check out sports up next. Oh, you finally got some rain in the area. And I suspect some of y'all probably showing up today. Hey, look, the ceiling tiles look wet. Yeah, I was telling you for the longest time, get the roofing system checked. It's not too late. Hopefully, you didn't have a big old wet mess. If you're noticing the tiles are a little wet this morning, you definitely need to make the call. The Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. And let the top experts in commercial roofing systems get up there. You don't have to go outside. Let them go outside. Let them get up there. They are trained in safety procedures, and safety realities, multiple trainings that they go through. They're super safe. And these folks they know what to look for in those commercial roofing systems. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. If you have some type of leak right now, you better get it fixed before it becomes a huge problem. Cutting edge roof installation and repair technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. And as I've told you forever, allow Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing, the top experts, to go see what's going on with your roofing system. Even if you didn't have a leak overnight with some of the rain in the area, that's advantage you. Now would be the time to call Chamberlain, go up there and see if everything's okay, give you an expert report for free. I mean, you can't ask for a better value than that. And it's more than just the roofing system. There's windows, gutters, other systems that you need to check in the future. But they'll tell you about that. Meantime, check the roofing system free with Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing at 956-655-6178.
Property taxes too high? For over 20 years, CAT Tax has helped thousands of property owners lower their property taxes. Don't fall for competitors who don't even have an office here or rely on AI. You can't even speak to them on the phone. It's time to call CAT Tax. Customers switching from a competitor can take advantage of our low 10% contingency fee and lock in savings for the next 2 years. CAT Tax is a local company, so when you call us, you'll talk to a real human right here in the Valley, ready to help you every step of the way. And the best part, you pay absolutely nothing unless CAT Tax saves you money. Come see the CAT Tax difference today and ditch the out-of-town companies you can never get a hold of. Ditch the AI and talk to a real person. New to protesting property taxes, you can join the CAT Tax family today for just a 20% contingency fee. CAT Tax is Valley-owned, Valley-operated, and proud to serve our community just like we have for the last 20 years. Best results, lowest fees, call CAT Tax today. 956-631-7283. That's 631-7283. Again, 631-7283.
Later tonight, your Houston Astros are on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch at 5:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
Are you ready?
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
Mackenzie Gore started out great, only giving up 1 run in the first 5 innings, but the levees broke after giving up 2 walks to load the bases. Then it turned into a 6-run, 6-inning spoiling. That was not a lovely start. Rangers were defeated by the red-hot Yankees 9-2, taking 1 of 3 for the series. Rangers still have a rough time coming home, too, and another roaring team in the Cubs. Rangers face the Cubbies tonight at 7:05. I'm Trevor Beck with your Texas in the Morning Sports Report.
NBA playoffs. Cade Cunningham scored 12 of his 25 in the fourth quarter to help the Pistons beat the Cavs 107-97, take a 2-0 lead in the East semis. Head coach J.B. Bickerstaff says Cunningham was the key.
Cade is just fabulous. He's the killer closer, all of the adjectives you want to talk about. Like, he's it. In the fourth quarter, he does his best work.
The Thunder with a big third quarter run take down the Lakers 125-107, take a 2-0 lead in the West semis. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers, according to the NFL Network, expected to sign with the Steelers. Vikings signed former Niners wide receiver Juwan Jennings to a 1-year deal. Stanley Cup playoffs. Hurricanes beat the Flyers 4-1, take a commanding 3-0 lead in their second-round series. Cubs stay hot, beat the Reds 8-3 to sweep the series for their 9th straight win. Rays also on a roll, crushed the Red Sox for their 7th straight win. That's sports. I'm Ron Moss.
AccuWeather says highs today, upper 80s, and similar forecast for tomorrow. There is more rain activity in the region, north of us, south of us. You know how it is. We're usually right in the middle. And we did get a little bit of rain last night. And more is in the forecast. Let's see how heavy it is. West of us in Monterrey, what a mess. They're close to the mountain. They got the mountains. And it was real messy in Monterrey last night. But for us, thunder shower activity in the region, big region, today and tomorrow. Border Bridge wait times, as posted on KURV.com. Again, if you're headed back to the U.S., again, these are all numbers headed back this way. It is, oh my goodness, 2.5 hours at Brownsville B&M. It is over an hour and a half at Gateway, 45 minutes at Veterans. The same thing at Los Indios, South Harlingen. You might want to use that as an alternative. And return points for McAllen Mission Edinburgh. Let's see here. 1 hour on San Luis and about 45 minutes at Hidalgo and Pharr. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. We do everything on the smartphone, right? You're always checking podcasts or news or emails. Radio Para Mi is the free app. Go find it and go find us at the free app called Radio Para Mi. Business news check of your money up next. Think about how much you love your family and the things that you've done to protect them, your immediate family, your spouse, your huerquillos, your kids, your parents. McCaleb Funeral Home, Mark and Carla McCaleb with a reminder to get it done. It's on your to-do list because I've been reminding you forever. Well, make the call today. I'm going to give you Carla's number. For what? To pre-plan, prepay, much like you did with the financials and the life insurance. Get all that set up. To pre-plan and prepay when the Lord calls you home, or perhaps you have somebody who's facing that season of life, going on to eternal life very soon. It's a very loving thing to do for immediate family who have to deal with the loss and the arrangements and the payment of this and that and the other. Yeah. Pre-plan, prepay. My parents did this for me, and I recommend that you do this for your immediate family because I know you love them and you want to make things a little easier. And it does. It does help tremendously to have everything prepaid and pre-planned. Carla McCaleb is her name. Mark and Carla McCaleb from the McCaleb Funeral Home clan in Westlake. Somebody will come to you. You don't have to go to them. They'll come to you wherever you are, Brownsville or Metro McAllen area. Carla McCaleb is at 956-650-2841.
Later tonight, your Houston Astros are on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch at 5:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
Are you ready?
Congratulations to the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. 5-star rated, according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Jorge Sanchez created the bid for the 5-star rating award. He joined us on KURV and explained what it means to our community.
I think it gives us validation, first of all, that we're doing a good work in our community, that we're bringing quality programs like 1 Million Cups, for example, that it's a national program, and the Chamber took it, put their own stamp on it, and now in McAllen, we're leading a national en Espanol program for 1 Million Cups, for example. So to answer your question, it gives us credibility on our programming, on our leadership, and on our people, our community, because I think at the end of the day, we're showcasing that, yeah, we have great programming, we have great implementation of our programming, but we also have a great community that is taking advantage of these resources that its own chamber is putting out there.
Join the McAllen Chamber at McAllenChamber.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. U.S. job growth likely slowed in April as the boost from warmer weather and return of striking health workers faded. Reuters analysts predict that the non-farm payrolls likely increased by 62,000 jobs last month and that the unemployment rate is expected to hold steady at 4.3%. Data drops in 10 minutes. Toyota Motor reported a 49% drop in fourth quarter operating profit, missing analyst estimates as tariffs and intensifying competition from Chinese automakers pressured earnings. Toyota's quarterly operating profit missed estimates amid higher tariffs that raised costs. Vehicle sales in the fourth quarter fell to nearly 2.3 million from 2.36 million units a year earlier. OpenAI said GPT 5.5 Cyber, a variation of its latest AI model, is rolling out in a limited preview capacity to vetted cybersecurity teams. The model is trained to be more permissive on security-related tasks. Futures are still moderately higher, ahead of the jobs report. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today should be upper 80s thanks to all the cloud cover. And yes, that was the tail end of a cool front that crossed yesterday, and that produced all the thunder shower activity in the region. It lingers, stays today and into tomorrow a bit. Highs tomorrow should be in the upper 80s. T-minus 4 minutes for this show to become real beautiful. Movie mom Nell Minow, T-minus 4 minutes on News Talk 710 KURV. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment waiting for you to stop by today and take a look at the amazing Kubota equipment. Everything I'm about to mention to you here as far as financing, great financing options, and amazing savings on some of the Kubota equipment, some of the Kubota tractors. Everything I mentioned, you can see online at gokubota.com. Amigo Power Equipment is where you will find the equipment, so that whatever it is that you're brainstorming and thinking you can do with your ranch, with your lease, maybe some of your property, your palatial estate, you need some zero-turn mowers for that as well. It's Amigo Power Equipment for the Kubota equipment that you need and the attachments that will help you get everything done. So the following that I'm about to mention is available between now and June 30th. 0% financing on some of this Kubota equipment at Amigo Power Equipment, available till June 30th. 0% financing if you qualify, and you could save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. That's either or, 0% or $5,500 off select compact tractors from Kubota, from the number one selling compact tractor in the nation. It is Kubota at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu, and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058, and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtspриmarycare.com.
You go, Dad. At LSNB, we build strong foundations on values that matter.
And business practices you can rely on.
Investing in education.
Volunteering in the communities we serve.
And fueling our region's economy.
For over 40 years.
Our mission has been supporting area businesses.
We are LSNB.
Donating more money to more causes than all other area banks combined.
Here, in a place we call home.
We are LSNB. The Valley's Bank.
News and information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
The pulse of the 956, News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. And look at that, we got some rain in the area. Had some overnight. More on the way, says AccuWeather. Conversation with Jason Katarina coming up. And T-minus 90 seconds for a flood of beauty. Movie mom Nell Minow in about 90 seconds on 710 KURV. News of service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump will address the nation later today from the Rose Garden at the White House. As for the war in Iran, it continues with the dust-up in the Strait of Hormuz.
These were unprovoked attacks from Iran using small boats, missiles, and drones against 3 U.S. destroyers who President Trump says took care of business.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House. The president says the ceasefire is still in effect, but if it was not...
If there's no ceasefire, you're not going to have to know. You're just going to have to look at one big glow coming out of Iran.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying minutes ago during his visit to Italy, we should get Iran's response today to the peace plan. State lawmakers in Alabama could vote today on a measure that could change the state's congressional primary as part of a bid to redraw House districts ahead of the midterms in November. America's listening to Fox News.
This is the weekend. Nationwide post office food collection event known as Stamp Out Hungry. You know how to play it. Like cans and boxes, stuff that is shelf hardy. Put it near your mailbox. Unless, of course, it's raining. How does that work? I guess drop it off at the post office. That's the way it works. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Every Friday at this time, the show becomes beautiful again. It's movie mom Nell Minow joining us. And on this Mother's Day weekend, Fred wants to know, what do you want for Mother's Day? That's what Fred wants to know, Mom.
Breakfast in bed.
I was going to make a joke about that. What if, can you imagine, what if we show up, open up the door What are you doing here? Breakfast in bed, Mom. We got Freddie burned the toast, but otherwise it's simple. Wow, that would be a shocker. Okay, so what's at the box office for the weekend, Mom?
All right, everybody, what your mom wants for this weekend is for you to take her to see The Devil Wears Prada 2 and tell her how much you like it and how much you appreciate her. But we've got some great choices this weekend, starting with one of my favorite movies of the year so far, The Sheep Detectives. It sounds ridiculous, and it is so charming and heartwarming and lovely and exciting, with an absolute murderer's row cast. Hugh Jackman plays the shepherd who is murdered. This is not for the littlest kids. It is about a murder mystery. And Emma Thompson is the lawyer. And the voices of the sheep include Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Bryan Cranston. It's all amazing. It is so charming and delightful, and a lot of fun for adults, and I would say kids maybe third grade and up. So yeah, loved it.
Okay, good. Yeah, and Elam's looking forward to that one. He's 13.
Right.
But he's my
Do
baby.
not take, yeah, he's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Do not take Mom to see Mortal Kombat 2. That is really, you got it. That is really for fans of the game. And for those who don't know the game, one of the things that makes it, I'm putting quote marks here, fun, is that when someone is defeated, they get horribly killed. And that happens in this movie too.
Yeah, of course.
If you are a fan of Billie Eilish, or even if you don't know who she is, go to see this wonderful concert film. You will come out a fan. She owns the arena. I mean, no shade on Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, and she puts on an amazing show. But Billie Eilish goes out there with no dancing girls, no spangly costumes, no special effects, really, except for some lights and a little bit of fire. And she just goes out there and owns that arena audience. And it is so captivating and so good. The director, she directed it along with an up-and-coming young guy named James Cameron. Between them, they have 5 Oscars. And you can tell that he's a big fan of hers, and the conversations they have backstage are just lovely. She talks about how she wanted to be a performer and she didn't know if she could do it just being herself in her baggy clothes and her backwards baseball cap. She says, I do my own hair and makeup. Yeah, that means that she doesn't do any. And it looks just great. Yeah. On streaming, Lord of the Flies on Netflix, last episode of Rooster with Steve Carell. I've really been enjoying that. And Remarkably Bright Creatures with Sally Field, speaking of Oscars, becoming friends with an octopus, voiced by Alfred Molina. It is a Mother's Day card with my babies. Thank you so much.
Freddie drew this one, although I don't think you got me quite right. I'm not that cross-eyed, Freddie. He made himself like to be
You're not quite that skinny.
Yeah. Oh,
not quite.
Okay.
Only
you
Mom.
Notice that Serge drew me real small, like I'm short, like I'm 4 feet tall or something.
All right, flowers and candy for all the moms out there, and you guys have to do the dishes all weekend.
Mom, we do the dishes every day around here.
That would be Freddie. He definitely does every day. Does the dishes. Me? I'll get around to it eventually. All right. Hug and a kiss, Mom. Have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Thank you.
That's movie mom Nell Minow every Friday on 710 KURV. Well, this is not going to help me as far as, with but I love this. I love El Pato. I love El Pato. It tastes so good. It's so beautiful. Tex-Mex, South Tex Mexican food is gorgeous. I love the way it looks. I love the way tortillas, the flour tortillas, smell. Some might say I love that a little too much, but it's okay. It's wonderful food. It goes down really good. I think that's real important because of all the Mexican eateries around here, some of them, I love heartburn. No, El Pato, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the extra love that goes into the patos. It goes down real good. The yellow cheese is divine. Right now, it's the enchilada and fajita pato plate. 2 chicken or cheese enchiladas with some extra yellow cheese on top. The rice, the beans, and the fajita taco, the fajita pato, and the drink. An amazing $9.99 for a limited time. Celebrate life, celebrate the flavors of South Texas. Go to El Pato right now, phone it in, or elpato.com. Order yourself a bag full of breakfast tacos, breakfast patos. It's so good. It made fresh. The flour tortilla off the skillet. It smells so wonderful. It looks beautiful, nice and hot. Fill it up with eggs and bacon, eggs and potato and cheese, or eggs and chorizo and potato and cheese, refried beans. Don't forget the red salsita, or maybe even some barbacoa patos waiting for you right now at every El Pato restaurant.
You smell that? Spring. Hibernation's over. It's time to run it. Run it until the grass becomes lawn and the hedges duck and cover. Then, run it again.